breath, no heartbeat, just static remains. Hollow reflections, ghosts in the cold. So come burn down my escape. I wanna feel it, come drag me into the void. Let my circuits decay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You never
What's going on? It is officially March, and it is Monday, and it is time for racing on the Green Hill. This is the best track on the planet. You might disagree with me, and that's fine. That's totally allowed to disagree with me. But Nordschleife is incredible, and I've decided I've been wanting to do this sort of like, you know, Nords challenge for a minute, where basically I run the Nords all day, and we see who the fastest guy on Nords is. Now, I am not that guy, but I'm going to be trying, that's for sure. Now, a lot of people tend to be, you know, worrisome of this track. I don't know why. It's the greatest track ever. It has everything that every other track could offer combined into one. So, I'm going to get the lobby up, because today we're doing a little different. We're doing a community-style racing, where I just have my lobbies open, but we're doing Nords all day. We're not doing the 24-hour. We're not doing the Grand Prix. We're doing Nordschleife. And that is our race. We're going to start with a 10-minute quali, and we're going to do 2 laps to start. I might alter that. I am going to turn off damage for the sake of kind of encouraging people to learn the track, and a lot of times if you crash on Nords, you got a long way to go with a broken car, and it kind of sucks. So, it's going to be GT3, and it is going to be LMDh, multi-class. Lobby is going up. So don't be shy, get on in. I'll have this go for a minute or two, and then we'll get the ball rolling. I see you out there watching. So far we have one guy in here, and he's in an LMDh. I'll switch up if he wants to run LMDh, but I do want to try and get a few more people in this lobby. Now, I don't typically run lobbies during the day, but I figured I'd do it a little different this time, since this is more of a challenge. And at the evening streams where I, you know, would do lobbies more often, we fill those up relatively quickly. What's going on, Joe? Lurking from work? Make sure I got my mic in the right spot here. No contact with the mic, looking good. What's going on, Oil Slick? Trying to encourage people to get on Nords. Let's see. Well, well, I'd prefer that over working. I technically am working. Technically. If working was pro bono or an internship for me, then yes, I'm working right now. Well, I guess I'll ready us up for a solid first rounder. Hopefully we get some more people in here. I'm not going to lie, it kind of bums me out how many people are playing LMU and nobody's playing this, because I understand why there's people that are playing it. There are certain features of LMU that are absolutely mandatory that need to be here that aren't in this, but I'm surprised being a console player base too that there's just still not that many people playing it, at least online. Also, I've been enjoying the Merc. Pretty good. One. Where's our third guy? Did we lose the only other guy? Alright. R&R, if you're watching, I'm going to close this lobby and reopen it. That way I can join you in LMDh. Because, there's no point in two of us going down the track with separate cars. So, I'm going to back us out and start this lobby over. Guess I'll do Cadillac too. I need to hear that sound. I did not. What just happened? Cancel. GT3. Firm. I'm going to turn quality off as well, since you can't join in quality anyway, so it's not really a real benefit. Except just wasting time. Alright, R&R, lobby is back up. This time I'll join you in the LMDh. Oh, he's already there. Most Europeans, I mean, that's fine. I mean, we're going to be doing this for a few hours, so. Here's the thing about me, and that's why I always try and encourage people that overall player count isn't as big a deal as the world likes to, like, I am fine with a 1v1. You know? I know people want full grids and all that jazz, but at the same time, if one of my buddies has this game and we race each other, like, that's makes the game relevant to me, you know? Not all would agree, I understand that, but... Did he not make it in? There he is. Alright, vehicle setup. Let's get my Nord setup going, which is just that. Max downforce. Medium tires. And all the coast pulled out. Or clutch, I mean. Alright, let's get our first one going. Whoa, been a minute. I gotta go easy here. It's been a minute. Been playing Resident Evil all week. Also, I don't know why I'm yelling. Get those tires nice and warm. I am savagely underdriving this car right now. Feels good though. I haven't I don't think I've sim raced in actually I don't know how long. I didn't do it at all Friday. I think Wednesday. Last time I streamed sim racing was the last time I sim raced. All right, one more lap. I gotta shake the cobwebs off, man. Oof. I am rusty. Yeah, he's running me down pretty good right now. He must have a lot less downforce, which is I want to pick the middle ground. I might do that next time. Yeah, he just shaved a full second off in the straight. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh no! Yeah, I will say I want to split the difference. Default downforce isn't quite enough for the for Nordschleife, and 10 is a bit too much. It's just unnecessary. You just slow the car down. So I want to split the difference. Lost 10 seconds in turn 1. Nice. Gamepad Racer, is that you, R&R? Or is that someone else? Oh shit. Oh, shouldn't have downshifted. Like, I'm gonna lose all my time right here because I can't get the car going. This fucking bug needs to go. This is ridiculous. I literally can't move. This makes me not want to drive LMDHs. That just pissed me off. Yeah, I know, you gotta shift to neutral. I just don't... you shouldn't have to do that. It's a bug either way. Oh... I have no interest in completing this lap now. But I'm gonna, for the sake of, this is my idea. I'm gonna get back in GT3s. I'm not dealing with that bug. I'm just not. It turns a 5-second loss in time into a 30-second loss in time. It's just, I don't want to deal with it. And the GT3s are so good now that even the slightest problem with another car makes me just rather drive GT3s. I've gone dead inside. Suggest to run some Praga Bohemia Nordschleife lobbies. That's a very nice car. I mean, if we don't get more than one person, this is going to be a short idea, that's for sure. Well, that was a massive waste of dog shit time. I am, my fastest is 6:08 so far, for reference. But that's not in the Cadillac. The Cadillac is like a punishing car to drive, and I don't really know why. I like the sound of it, but honestly, it's just not what I, it's not either the BMW or the Lambo, in my opinion. This car are pretty solid choices for LMDh, but the Cadillac is a rough one. But that bug there that basically just pulled me out of that race, that's there across all the LMDHs. And until that gets fixed, it's like I want to get back in GT3. Go, let's get some people in here. Do some racing. Yeah, it's unfortunate that that problem still exists because all it takes is to happen one time for me to go, okay, I'm good. I'll wait till they fix it. You know? They know about it. It's not like they don't know it's there. It's just one of those things that until it's fixed, it's like, oh, it's torturesome. Because you can't, the thing is you get, typically when you spin a car out as well, you're not facing the right direction either. So now you have to get the car going, and every time you put it in gear, it stalls, and you got to deal with the problem. It's not worth it. You spin out an LMDh car right now with that startup bug, you're better off just like leaving the lobby. My opinion. I'm waiting on you, Vader. Oh, I gotta clear my palate right now. That bug just pissed me off. Oh. Yeah, I know you gotta throw it in neutral. I know how to fix the bug. It's just the point that I don't want to deal with it. You gotta throw it in neutral, you gotta rev it up, then you gotta put it in gear and not stall it. And when you gotta do the whole Austin Powers back and forth nonsense, you know, it's just... I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just get in a vehicle that works. And these right now, the GT3s work. They work well. So for me, unless it's... I'll be honest with you, the LMDhs is like, I like the cars, they drive a whole hell of a lot better. But I'm telling you, man, especially on Nords, that startup bug, when you're facing the wrong direction and you're on a very, very narrow road to turn around. Anyway, stop talking about it now. What's going on, Fway? Mela Verde, sorry. I only speak Inglés. You're still not sold on these GT3? Well, that's your opinion. Slick. Can't knock it, but I love them. I think they're the best GT3s in all of sim racing, period. By like a landslide. But that's, again, that's my opinion. It would be easy to remove the hybrid system. Look at the Valkyrie. Valkyrie works fine now. Because, I mean, it doesn't have a hybrid system in real life, but it had it in here, and then they removed it to make it more accurate. And now the car is fine. To the point where, like, that might be my car to just not deal with that bug. What doesn't feel right? I think they feel incredible. Especially this Merc. This Merc feels really good right now, honestly. Default car. Outside, I'm just pulling some force feedback out of it. But I mean, that's just the rev limiter. Look what it's doing to my wheel. Let the LMDh go first. And there goes horsepower. Oh, not enough brakes. No! Come on, Cold Trickle, let's go. Oh, my car's off. Man, we're off to a bad start today. If I can't drive this track, I can't drive any track. That's just kind of how it is. My line's dog shit. Dude, what am I... I already see how today's gonna go. I don't sim race for 5 days and all of a sudden I have no idea how to do it anymore. I'm telling you, getting old sucks. Getting old sucks. I don't know how people do this shit when anything, honestly, when they're old. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm bouncing out of the race. The hell? Someone having a rave? I know I have less grip on the grass, jackass. Oh, now we got the flickering lights. I've never had those before. I've never had these before. I will say, I did just install a set of new NVIDIA drivers. Wow, today's not going well. Graphical bugs. Well, I guess I'm going to download the old drivers because, listen, long story short in life. Look at this. Look at this shit. Whatever the problem is always the last thing you changed. I literally just changed the drivers. We're going back to where we were. I don't know if I can install them, though, with the stream being up. All drivers are downloaded. Nothing I can do about it now, though. Guess I'm gonna eat some breakfast. So if the next race does the same thing with these disco lights, I'm probably going to have to shut the stream down, reinstall drivers, and then boot the stream back up. Because, yeah, can't be having that. Can't be having that. That's all artifacting. In fact, let me check to see something. I don't know if anybody on PC pays attention to drivers, but the most recent drivers that came out prior to this one were taken off the site, and then they released these today as a fix. But I've never had this before. This is wild to watch. Oh, shit! Whoa! What is happening today? That was so, like... Because I did a lap on Nords before the stream went up with the Merc. And I felt fine to me. And then that just now felt so slippery. I don't know if that's me, it's in my head. If grip is also affected by internet lobby nonsense, I don't see how that could be possible, but at this rate, disco globe racing, anything's possible. I don't know what's going on. I've never had this on my end before. This is the first time. But like I said, I did just update the drivers. So very much could be the drivers. But we'll see if it does it again in the next race. If it does it again in the next race, like I said, I'm going to shut the stream down. I'm going to reinstall drivers. And then I'll boot the stream back up. Unfortunately, I won't be able to keep the stream up while installing drivers. Look at this shit. That's wild. Dude. It's rough. Oh! Yep. 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 And I don't know if you noticed too, guys, the clutches don't work right on them either. So it's not like you can ride the clutches to keep them from stalling. Yeah, new version of the Sparkle event. Is it me or does it seem like there's no grip right now? Also, I have to think of a ranked race system to play. Like something to do to kill time for me to grind at. Because it's not here yet. There's nothing in this game that makes me want to grind other than just getting better at driving. But like... something to do without relying on people joining me. You know? And I don't want it to be LMU because... I'm not an LMU fan is the problem. There's iRacing, but iRacing, you know, can go either way. I don't know, man. I think sim racing is in a really weird spot right now. Yeah, look at his best lap. 7 minutes, 3 seconds. Nobody went under 7 minutes in anything. I have the feeling this lobby was straight up bugged. The sparkles, the lack of grip. Because, like... we're going to try one more time without changing anything. Because, that felt pretty bad. Same exact conditions. This is the only conditions so basically what I did is I installed the drivers this morning. I jumped on to make sure the drivers didn't break anything, which maybe they did. But that could also be a lobby problem. Make sure they didn't break anything. So I jumped in the Mercedes in this exact same conditions on Nordschleife and did a lap. It was fine. I'm like, wow, this car's got so much grip, feels great, no problem. Even the LMDh felt fine. I had plenty of grip when I drove the LMDh. That felt normal. But that particular race felt like I had no grip. Zero grip. To the point where I was like, all right, maybe it's just my old man brain sucking. But then I noticed people were sliding around like crazy. Then the whole sparkling lobby shit. So let's see what happens this time around. Because... R&R went 40 seconds slower on his fastest lap. Now, it's possible he crashed twice or in both laps. Still sparkling. Yep, we're still sparkling. I'll see what happens in this race, but I'm gonna have to backdate my drivers, and which means I have to shut the stream down. So I'm gonna have to reopen the stream. I do genuinely believe this is a driver issue, though, and not a game issue, because the game hasn't changed, the drivers did. And NVIDIA just had a bad set of drivers go out that they took off their website. And then this was the hotfix driver. So it's quite possible that this driver is still broken. Typically, those lights flickering like that is not a internet lobby thing. It's an individual my experience thing, and that's the first time I've had it. First time I've had any level of light flickering issues. So I'm gonna have to backdate. Let's just see how this race goes first. Trying to go easy on the cold tires right now, because oh, feels a lot better this time. I just can't tell if it's me being a little bit more patient with the cold tires or there's just more grip in this lobby. I don't know. Apparently only one gear change on the Merc. New Resident Evil was awesome. I finished it off stream, but I'm on my second playthrough now, doing it on Insanity. It was incredible to play a video game and not be told what to do, you know? Not be given an unsolicited advice, and it's a good time. Yeah, he's running me down the straights hard. I really hope they implement a fixed setup option soon, because I just want to race fixed setups. I don't want to chase the meta setup. It's just rinse and repeat. It's Call of Duty shit. I know people disagree with me on that, but I want a fixed setup slider. What's interesting? Yeah, that is interesting. I am on PC, however, so... Monitor icon is PC. I am slowing this guy down behind me. He's going to pass me in the straight pretty easily. If I hold him off till then. Watch, he's going to motor around me now. And there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. Except let it happen. Good race. Good race. It's the threats pretty fast. Let's see. For PC players, all consoles are with the controller, but on PS5 I see PS icon, Xbox icon, and monitor icon, so I can tell what. So, basically on PC, everything, whether you're on PS5 or Xbox, everything's a controller. It's all the same. Monitor means PC though. And yes, it's the threat. That was solid there. Looks like I was slowing you down a little bit, but no problem, sir. Let's see. Do I want to try a different GT3? Because I'm running them all default, and I figure now, like, for example, he pushed my pace probably a little bit harder than I would have driven that car normally. So I probably cut a couple seconds off of it. I can get one of these cars. I don't think it'll let me race it, though, but this is a modded car. This car's way faster. Let me try the Lamborghini. Let's try that. Should I add a qualifier or nah? Just stick to the race. Actually, no, let me add a qualifier. Because I'm not gonna do the qualifiers. Race too long? Okay, alright. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Let me go to the bathroom quick. Leo LMU, I appreciate the dono, sir. Much obliged. Much obliged. Yeah, I'm debating if I want to, for my daytime stream, until this game gets a bit more developed, because let's face it, this game is actively being developed. There's no knocking that. I don't see the game going anywhere, but there's only so much you can do without participation in it. I mean, the driving experience is solid. I really enjoy driving in it, but there's not much of a grind factor for me, whereas, like, I don't know what to do when I just get in. Like, for example, like LMU, I can play by myself and get online and just do some, and actively work towards a license or some shit like that. Right now, there's not a whole lot to do in this. Oh, we got some, hold on, guys. Problem is, I just don't like the races in LMU. I don't, like, occasionally a good one comes around that I really like, but not often. Oh man, I miss my mid-engines. Mid-engine cars drive so different. It's weird because prior to this GT3 update, I preferred the front-engine cars all day. Now, mid-engine's where it's at. Although I do think the Merc has some pretty good setups out there that exist for it. But I'm pretty much driving all the cars default. And the way the mid-engine cars drive in default spec, I like them better. Yes, Mags, but not public. Oh shit. A little wide. All the mid-engines just feel so good in this. And like, this is like my third time driving the Lambo right now since the patch. Sloppy. Real sloppy. Yeah, and I'm a big AMS2 fan, Leo, and I very much agree that the GT3s in this pretty much blow away AMS2's GT3 experience. And I love my AMS2. This game with a little bit more content, a little more feature, and a little more polish is going to overtake AMS2 for me, for sure. All right, let's take some TC out of it. Floppy. Shouldn't have pushed it through that second carousel. Shouldn't have pushed it. That hurt me. Yeah, you got more than enough horsepower to run the game. You must have a software issue. CPU's a bigger cause of things like that, and you have what I have. So what the fuck? That's what I get. I was gonna let him pass. And then I got tag teamed in the rear. I was basically letting It's the Threat pass so he could run a real lap and not have me slow him down. And then I got smacked by the LMDh. If you have any kind of software like anything Asus related or whoever makes your motherboard, Armory Crate, shut all that shit down. It's not VSync way. I run it with or without it, doesn't matter. VSync never causes me stutters. VSync works flawlessly for me, for everything. I assume you're running in an Expo profile in the BIOS. I use an Asus motherboard and I run Expo tweaked. Performs the best, least amount of latency. Damn it! Come on! I barely hit that. The walls rotate you in this game so... Like, everything is so bouncy. There's no crunch to anything. Look at this. I'm stuck on the fucking wall. That's gonna break my arm. Oh, this wheelbase is killing me. Dude, the impact, I don't know what it is about this game's force feedback when it comes to wall impacts. It's like 500% more force feedback than the rest of the game. I'm gonna reinstall my drivers. I'm also gonna turn down this stupid force feedback. Headroom minimum 50. Go down to 50. Nah, actually, let's go 70. 50 is gonna make it feel terrible. Yeah, Fway, and you know what I'm playing with, so. I'm going to see if it'll let me install the drivers without shutting the stream down. It's probably going to crash. Closing as many things as I can first. All right, good luck to me. I just turn on hands-off protection with my wheel. So, Leo, it's going to delete everything, but if you go to Documents, My Games, and then the Project Motor Racing file that's there, just delete that entire thing. You're going to have to reset up your wheel and all that shit, but that will... here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be your shader cache because I've never had shaders cause stutters. Shaders can cause flickering and things like that, but typically if the only time a shader will cause a stutter is if it's actively loading or installing shaders while playing. But once you play the game once, you have shaders installed. So it's likely a software issue. All right, let's see. Are we going to lose the stream? By the way, if the stream does go down, I'll have it booted back up in inside of 10 minutes or so. Here we go. Game on.